Hi guys, this is Dana from This Pixie Creates, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make these easy textured bookmarks. They're really fun and quick to make, and they work up in about 20 minutes or less. So you can either jazz these bookmarks up with little cute tassels, or you can leave it plain and let the texture do all the work. So for this tutorial, you are going to need a 9mm crochet hook, pair of scissors, a yarn needle, and cotton yarn. So for this tutorial, I am using Lion Brand 24/7 cotton. It's a medium 4 worsted weight mercerized cotton, and it works great. But if you don't have any on hand, any medium 4 worsted cotton will do the trick. So for this project, you're going to need to be working with 2 strands held together at the same time. So if you're just using one skein, that's totally fine. You're going to just pick from the top and then pick from the inside and use those 2 strands. Okay guys, so we have 2 strands of our cotton yarn, so we're going to hold them together and we're going to make a slip knot. And we're going to tighten it around our crochet hook. So now we're going to chain 7. Now that we've chained 7, we are going to be working in the 3rd chain from the hook. So right here, 1, 2, 3. And we're going to make an extended single crochet. So if you've never made one before, don't worry, I'm going to show you how to do it. So insert your hook into the 3rd chain from the hook. Yarn over and draw up a loop so you have 2 loops on your hook. And then for a normal single crochet, we would yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops on our hook. But for an extended single crochet, we're going to yarn over and just pull through that first loop on your hook. Okay, so you still have 2 loops left. And so yarn over once more and pull through the last 2 loops. So that's an extended single crochet. Now we're going to chain 1. And we're going to skip the next chain and we're going to work an extended single crochet into the next chain. Chain 1, and then we're going to work we're going to skip this next chain, and into the last chain we're going to make an extended single crochet. And there we go. So it's a little interesting, guys. Here with this row, we've made 3 extended single crochets, but those beginning 2 chains that we skipped, that actually counts as a chain 1 and an extended single crochet in this first row. So we have technically a total of 4 extended single crochets. All right, we're going to turn our work to start row 2, and we're going to chain 3 to start. And this counts as an extended single crochet and a chain 1. And we're going to make our first extended single crochet into this chain 1 space from row 1. Okay, and then into the next chain 1 space, we're going to make an extended single crochet, chain 1, and then in this one, so to make our edges straight, we are going to be working into that beginning 2 chain of row 1. So it's a little hard to poke your hook into. Once you get it, it's good. Alright, so make an extended single crochet. And we now have 4 extended single crochets, so we're going to turn our work. And from now on, we're going to be repeating row 2. So chain 3 to start row 3. Into that chain 1 space, we're going to make an extended single crochet, chain 1. Into the next chain 1 space, we're going to make an extended single crochet and chain 1. And then into here we have an extended single crochet and then our chain 3 from row 2. So we are going to work our last extended single crochet into the beginning of that chain 3, and this just makes our edges nice and straight. Okay, turn your work, and we can start row 4. So row 4 is exactly the same. We're going to make an extended single crochet in the first chain 1 space, chain 1, make an extended single crochet in the next chain 1 space and chain 1, and then into this last chain 3 space we're going to make our final extended single crochet of the row. And there we go. So I want you guys to repeat this for a total of 13 rows, and I'm going to meet you back here when you're done. Alright guys, so we're at the end of row 13, and this is what it should look like. If you need help counting the rows, we can count them together. So this is the first one, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so now we're going to fasten off. So what we're doing is yarning over, and we're going to insert it into, pull it through that last loop on our hook and just keep pulling. So we want our tail to be pretty long, just in case. It's always good to have a longer tail than a shorter tail. All right, and just pull that tight so it kind of makes a secure knot. Okay, now guys, at this point, if you want to make a tassel, you have to make a choice. So this is what the bookmark looks like when the tassel is hanging just off from the side here. And then this is one where it's hanging from the center. If you want it hanging off the side, you're just going to leave this end alone. But if you want it in the center, we're just going to take our yarn needle and weave our tail in. Okay, and now we're gonna just start weaving this end through the first few stitches, just so that we can move it over to the center. All right, so now it's firmly in the center and it's not going to go anywhere. Okay, so now we're going to start our tassel, and we're going to come back to this later. Alright guys, to make our tassel, we're going to make ours pretty thin because we don't want it to be too bulky and heavy on our book. So we're just going to use one strand of yarn. We're going to take our piece of cardboard or whatever you have, and we're going to leave a bit of a tail. And then we're just going to wrap our yarn around this cardboard about 10 times. Alright, so now that we've wrapped it 10 times, we're going to take a pair of scissors and we're just going to cut that yarn tail off, and we're going to set this down. Now we're going to take a working strand of yarn and we're just going to insert it between the cardboard and the wrapped yarn, kind of get it underneath. We are going to make a knot, just a regular knot, pull it tight, and we're going to make a second knot in the same spot, just a double knot, and this just secures our tassel so that it doesn't move around. Now we're going to take our pair of scissors and see along this bottom edge of our cardboard, we're just going to cut straight across. Alright, so this piece is still attached to our ball of yarn, so I'm just going to trim that. Okay guys, kind of smooth out your tassel a little bit so that it's all nice and even. This will help us keep that top part a little bit poofy and pretty. Alright, now with your working yarn, you are going to place it behind the tassel and make a knot around the tassel, just like that. Okay, tighten that up, and then I always bring my yarn to the other side and I make a second knot. Okay. And then I let my strands kind of hang down a bit. So at this point now we can trim our tassel just so that everything is the same length. And if it's not, I always just like to bring it through my fingers, kind of trim it like that. And there we go. So that's our tassel. We're going to be attaching this tassel to our top end here with your yarn needle strand here. Okay, so now grab your tassel and see at the top here where that knot is. We're going to try to get as close to that knot as possible. We're going to insert our needle underneath it and we're going to pull that top end through. Okay. So now at this point you can adjust how long you want this strand to be. So I've done it where it's like about 5 inches long. I've done it where it's like 3 inches long, whatever your preference. So when you're happy with it, we're going to pull this yarn over. We're going to make like a little knot here, tighten it up, and pull it tight. Perfect, so that's now secure, our tassel's on there. And now we are going to insert our yarn needle like through the tassel. Okay, and then I always like to insert it into that center and out through the bottom. Don't pull it too tight or it'll change the shape of the top of your tassel. Okay, once it's out there, then you can just trim it out the bottom so that everything lines up. And there you go. So you've just made your first bookmark. I hope that you get some good use out of it. Alright guys, have a great day.